Halfway point, and our next guests are continuing to raise the skating bar on the latest series of Dancing on Ice. The pressure may be mounting, but it didn't stop this year's frontrunners impressing judges and audiences alike with yet another absorbing routine on Sunday.
Forget your troubles and just get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day.
Please welcome Hayley, Tamaddon and Whiston. Hello, you two. Hello. Is it like you're super glued together now? Can't go anywhere separately?
We actually are, aren't
Joined
we?
at the hip. We're even dressing alike.
I know. Matching.
Very nautical.
Yeah. Make an
But
effort.
nice.
Yeah.
But how old were you when the two of you first met?
We were 12 years old. Yeah.
12 years old.
Over 20 years we've known each other.
How lovely. So how did it happen? How did you meet?
Dan's skating rink was next to my theatre school. They were like connecting, so I used to go and sit and watch him like that on the barrier. I was so intrigued by ice skating as a child, and I just used to watch. And then one day came over and was like, all right.
She had the biggest fringe you've ever seen in
knew
your
you were gonna
entire
say
life.
that.
It was like that high.
It was massive.
And she was just over the barrier like that, looking with this massive fringe, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll go and speak to her.
Did he charm you? He's a bit charming,
He
aren't
was
you?
a massive charmer, yeah. He had, like, massive jam jar glasses as well. And, like, not a bit thin, like, really
Dead thick.
thick jam jars. So his eyes were, like,
Massive
massive
bullshead.
inside him.
And were you charming to Dan as
Oh,
well?
I fancied the pants off
Oh,
him.
thanks,
I did.
Hayley.
I
So
really
obviously
did.
this has helped a wee bit, because one of the most important parts of Dancing on Ice is the relationship that you have together as a
Yeah, I think
partnership.
so.
But do you make a good team, do you think?
I don't think I've ever met anyone who I do make such a good team with, really. We have
Apart from
the-
your fiancé, maybe,
Yeah,
love.
no, you know, that's a totally different situation, but as a friendship goes,
Yeah.
there's just such... We don't... There's never a problem, is there?
No,
we
work things out,
Yeah.
and, you know...
Trust, because he don't half throw you about.
I know. I just trust him completely. I don't think about it anymore.
And you've got to, I think, in this kind of game, as you know, I mean, you've done the show, if you
Yeah.
don't trust your partner, you know, I'm literally throwing Hayley all over the place.
I
and
never
there's-
got that good. I was never thrown.
You were. I saw you get thrown a few times. And you've got to have that trust, and if you don't, I think that there's got to be a problem later on down the line.
Are you ever scared?
All the time.
Are you?
I
Yeah.
swear to you, I'm petrified. And I know a lot of people go, you're not scared. And I show this is like, hey, all the time. But my legs, we call them jelly legs, don't we? And it happens before every live show.
Of course.
They go like that. And they start quivering.
Can I ask you about that thing called the headbanger thing?
Headbanger,
What,
yeah.
are you going to do that?
We've done that one.
Did you?
Well, that was the night we
I
had a bit
missed
of a
that.
fall. And that was the worst part for me, was doing the headbanger.
Look at that picture.
Yeah, massive.
you.
Yeah.
I was away. Oh, no.
Yeah, it was
So,
scary.
we
That was the
did
one
one-
thing you didn't want to do as well.
I
That's the
didn't
one
wanna do
thing
it.
that she came to the show going, Dan, I'm not doing the headbanger. And I was like, OK. And then we came in and Christopher Dean went, right, Hayley, headbanger this week.
I cried. I had to
So
put a
what
helmet on, a
duties?
bicycle helmet.
It was so funny, it was
and
brilliant.
Chris gave me a hug like this, and,
And
my
the helmet went like
slipped. And then I started crying, I was like a 5-year-old.
And then when I did it and I looked at her, she's like this. Because the G-force
And
pulls
is it
the
true
base.
that Jane and Karen, obviously, you know, Jane Torval and Karen, one of the judges,
Barbara.
they did it
Yeah.
to show you that it was OK, and Karen hated it.
They've never done it
Yeah,
before, neither Jane
clearly.
or
Jane
Karen.
loved it, though.
Jane
Never.
has never done a
No,
headbanger.
it was the first time with me.
Well,
so
you wouldn't
no
if you
pressure.
didn't have to, would you?
She wanted to go. She wanted to go.
Did she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she really wanted to have a go.
And
so-
she really enjoyed it. Karen hated it, same as me, but Jane was like, oh, it was really good.
Yeah, she liked it.
And did you do... Were you holding Jane? Was it you that did it?
Yeah, Jane and Karen, one after the other, and then it was Hayley's go with a
3
helmet.
in 1, I mean, that's powerful, you know.
What a guy. And how are your arms? Because you're getting cut to ribbons by her
Yeah,
skates.
I mean, there's loads of cuts and bruises, and, you know, that's kind of comes with the territory. You know, when you do a show like this, you've got to get a few bruises, and Hayley's got so many injuries that she never really talks about. about. But yeah, there's loads of things going on there. She's
I
falling
just don't
apart,
think-
bless her.
There's just no point in moaning about it.
get
Just
on
get
with
on
it.
with it and skate through the pain. And
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it, isn't it? Also, part of it is the criticism you get from the judges.
yeah.
Do you find that really hard to take? She's such a sweet girl, aren't you, really?
But you don't get many things
They
from
are
the judges,
quite
do
good
they?
to
Or
me.
good
I mean,
to you?
I think the best way to handle the judges, this is a competition and some people forget that it's a competition. You're there to be judged and you have to take the criticism on board and go away and work on it. And that's what we do, isn't it? No matter, even if it's a tiny bit where Karen says, I dropped 0.5 because of that, we'll go away and we'll work on whatever that was.
Is it up to you how hard you work? Do some people work harder than others?
I don't think it's about working harder than others. You put the hours in that you want to put in, don't you?
Yeah.
And for us, I'm a nightmare.
Hayley would work through the night.
Until I've got it right,
Yeah,
I
she's
can't
a
go
workaholic.
home.
I know you were talking about, you know, the judges' criticism and what have you. Can you take anger, as it were, better from a male judge than a female judge? We were talking about who copes with it better, or who's more natural at it, if you know what I mean.
Well, we've got a little story here, haven't we?
OK.
Dan calls me Catherine.
Why?
Go on, I'll let you
She's
explain.
like she's like a firework, a Catherine wheel.
OK.
If you light her, just stand back because she goes, and she just goes and goes and goes and goes. But if you get in the way of that Catherine wheel, you've got to get your fingers burnt. So just let her finish, and then she calms down, and then you go, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm over it now."
He'll go, do this move. I can't do that move. We'll try it. I am not trying it because I can't do it. Hayley, why don't you just try it? Daniel, I can't do the move, and I'm not going to do it. And it just
And then that's the
literally
Catherine wheel.
escalates.
And then I let her get over a little tantrum, and then we say, "Okay, we're going to do it." And she, okay.
OK, let's do it.
So
What about you, though? Don't you have a temper?
Never. Oh,
Really?
Shelley, I've never met anybody like this man. He is so placid and calm all the time.
But I've got to remember that, like, for the celebrities that do the show, they're out of their comfort zone, and I will do everything I can to help them and keep them calm. And if I was going in there going, "You've got to do this," and making it, you know, miserable for them, they're going to feel that off me. So I'm there for Hayley 100%, and I'll, you know, make sure she's okay.
You can sort of feel that, though, can't you? You must be on a high, though, Hayley. I've known you a long time, haven't I? You did Fame, the musical, with me years and years ago. So you've done your musical theatre. Then you got your big break in Emmerdale.
Yeah.
And now you're still on our screens. What do you want to do next? Because you can sing a bit as well, can't you, love?
Well, Dan can sing a bit as well, Zoe. See, I've talked to Dan about this, that you two need to get together and have a few lessons.
In the shower.
How can you sing a lesson in the shower, darling? Sorry.
But Dan, do you shower regularly? Is smelling
All the
nice
ti-
something that you're
Well,
keen
we were
on?
talking about this in the green room, and I did have a bit of spray of aftershave.
Oh,
Is that all right?
Of course.
Yeah, because it's really important, I think, for men and
especially
women
when you're
to
so
smell
close
nice.
like
Yeah, you've got to
that.
smell nice.
Lovely.
And the worst thing is if you are with someone and they smell a bit odd and you can't identify the smell.
It's horrible.
Yes.
You know that?
I know,
What
yeah.
is it? You
Oh,
know,
I don't
and then
know.
your
The
mind
sweat,
starts
dirt.
wondering.
We're
What
so
is it?
overly
Cheesy
clean.
smell. Oh, you don't want cheesy smell, do you?
And you wonder, is it me? And you can't sort of check because
Well,
people.
we normally
we
do.
check.
We always like, can we smell each? We start
We do.
smelling each other's armpits. But you've got to make sure.
We do bogey check.
Yeah.
We do
Teeth.
teeth check.
Teeth check.
Then we do
Armpits.
pit check. We
And
don't
then
go
we
any
leave it
further
at
than that.
We draw a line then. We draw a line. Yeah.
oh, that's just beautiful.
You should go back to Emmerdale.
Oh,
I
that's
thought, didn't you
lovely.
think she was brilliant in Emmerdale?
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
What we'd love to do is carry on our relationship after the ice. You know what we've talked about, doing a lot of things together after this show.
And you could go in Emmerdale.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
Skate into the
Yeah.
wall pack.
There you go.
We thought that
Lovely.
maybe a musical together.
And I'll see you in
or
the shower
something
for a
like
singing
that.
lesson,
I
Daniel.
look forward to it.
Okay,
OK, well, I look forward to hearing all about it. Thank you so much
Thank
for coming
you for
in.
having us.
Hayley Tamaddon, Dan Whiston. Right, that's us all talked out for now, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow with more to rant and rave about. So join us for more madness at 12.